Hey, it's David. Welcome back to Orangeville Daily Homes. Today is Tuesday, and we have 12 properties that we are going to review today. Now, before I start, I had a client of mine ask me for a report on the Orangeville home prices as to what's going on in the market. They bought probably about 9 years ago, and they're looking to make a move again. And so they just wanted to know kind of what the landscape was all about. And so, yeah, absolutely. I said, sure, I'll get you out to the report. And then I thought about it after I got off the phone. I thought, I wonder who else could benefit from the report that I have. And so I thought about you. And I'm putting it out there. If you want a copy of the report that tells you about where the market's been, what's been going on, and the prices things have been selling for, then I can get you a copy. Also, I can get you a copy of the little book that I've put together, How to Sell Your House for Top Dollar Fast. There's all kinds of tips and tricks and all kinds of great things that you can do to improve and enhance your home and get it ready for sale. So if you're thinking about making this move and you're kind of like, well, what do we do? Do we need to paint, or do we need to do backsplash or things like that? Hold off. There's certain things that can bring in more money in your back pocket than you think. Okay, so before you start doing those renovations, then you may want to call me. All right? And just ask for the report and I'll get it out to you, no problem. And then for you, those of you who are thinking about buying, stay tuned, because the first one is 33 Burbank Crescent, 269. So a middle unit townhouse. This area has been known to be, there's been a lot of first-time buyers in this market. There's also been a lot of investors who have purchased properties in this neighborhood and have rented them out. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind when you kind of look in the neighborhood, or if you're going through the photos here. I mean, it's a vacant house. You probably get an easy closing, kind of whatever you're looking for, pretty much. And yeah, big backyard. It looks like the deck looks like the fence is pretty much new in the last number of years. You can just kind of tell by the outline of it compared to the other ones. 269. I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, I've been seeing semis go for kind of around anywhere from 280 and kind of up, right? So I've been seeing that change. Next one is 24 Main Street, and this is in Erin, and it's $399. This one comes with 4 bedrooms. Now, there's a big, long driveway in this one. Excuse me. And hardwood flooring, the kitchens, all being done, which is really nice. They have one of those, those big sinks that you want to wash a pot in, and you kind of, go to Home Depot, and you're like, oh, that's the one I want. That's awesome. Well, this one has it. It's a big, huge. It's only one sink, right? So, but it's a big, big sink. You can see it right there. All the appliances match except for the range hood. The range hood, stainless steel, right? So, and then this is just a little pet peeve I have, but you're kind of like seeing half of the photo, half of the picture in this particular room, just because they've uploaded these pictures in portrait. Anyways, it's just a little pet peeve I have. But hardwood flooring in the living and dining room, which is nice. Overall, I think, entry level, what are you going to get for around the 400 mark in Erin? Not a whole lot nowadays. So keep that in mind, okay? Now, there's no garage, so I guess the other challenge that they'll probably have is just being on the main street, right? That could deter people as well. But other than that, I think they're okay. Now, this one's interesting. I think this one was bought maybe about, I would say maybe 3 years ago. Or is it maybe 2 years ago? It's hard to tell because the time just goes by so fast. They went $449. There's no garage. It backs on to a little bit of a train track. Now, they're not really used very often, and you don't have these big CP rail trains kind of going through like crazy. You have some offloaders that kind of just feed into the Orangeville area, goes out to the industrial section. Very, very, very small impact, but again, what's lying behind that nice house, right? Inside, this is being done. I mean, I was in this when it was, I think renovations were going on. Big backyard, like 162 feet deep, which is really nice. The little train track right back there. And inside is really nice, right? Like everything's new, right? Beautiful kitchen in there. And the living room is really nice. Now, it's not a massive house, but everything's done. You don't need to do anything, right? You can just literally move in. So kind of keep that in mind. It's 4 bedrooms, right? If that's kind of what you're looking for. Next one is 14 Colburn Crescent, 455. Now I'm seeing these rise up in price as well. This one has a finished walkout basement and front entranceway there. You got a lot of tile. The one thing about a lot of tile, if you don't have a finished basement, which this one does, so you don't have to worry about it, is the home can feel cold if your basement's not finished and it has a lot of tile. Keep that in mind. This one doesn't seem like there'd be a problem. It is a finished walkout, which is nice. And it goes, I believe, back onto conservation, which is really nice. Looks like the cabinetry is all being changed out as well. You have the living room there, which is quite beautiful. Hardwood flooring in there, fireplace. But that's your main room. Like that's your main footprint on the main floor there, right? Everything then goes up. But you get back on, you don't have anyone behind, which is nice. 3 bedrooms, and the basement is finished, right? I mean, it's just that 1 bedroom, right? Or that 1 room. Because right above you've got your kitchen and your living room, and that's the space. So see what happens. Next one, County Road 21. Now this one's in Mulmore. It's from Orangeville. You're probably pushing maybe 25 minutes, maybe 25, maybe even half an hour. I guess it just all depends on how fast you drive and the road conditions. But this one's pretty cool. It's on 1 acre, a lot of trees around, 469,000. Beautiful kind of deck when you walk up. You can watch the rain and the storms when they kind of come through and stay dry. Backyard looks pretty good. I mean, that's a nice driveway going in, a lot of space there, and there it is, right? I mean, you've got your park on your own property, inside hardwood flooring, quite nice. I mean, this is all fairly new, so I mean, there's really nothing to do with this one. It's just if you can handle the drive and you're okay with that, then sure, sounds like a plan. Next one is 2 Lakeview Court. Now this is $495. Now, I don't know if it's a legal apartment or a duplex, but there is 2 fully self-contained units on this, and there's 2 bedrooms up, there's 2 bedrooms down. There are tenants in it. What they're paying, I don't know, and whether or not it would cash flow, again, that's all going to depend on what they're paying. So keep that in mind when you're looking at investment properties, because again, I'm starting to see them inch up in price. And you just got to make sure that it's going to cash flow, right? Because what's the point of getting somebody in there if it's going to cost you money? Next is 17 Akins, and it's $499. This is, again, detached home, finished basement, which is quite nice. There's your front entranceway when you walk in. And it has on the upper floor, there is broadloom. Down on the lower floor, you've got tile and hardwood. And stainless steel appliances, which is nice. It matches, and they've changed like the island, right? Like you've seen this happen on a lot of them, where the cabinetry will all be one color, but then your island will be something different, just to add some contrast to the room. And that's one of those growing trends that we're seeing. Pendant lights, which is nice, right? And there's your living room. So like, yeah, it is open concept, right? So if you're looking for that, I mean, really nice basement finished as well, which is always kind of cool. And there's your backyard. So I think they've priced it at a nice point, just under 5, and I think they'll probably do fairly well. Next one is Aspen View, and this is in Caledon, down Strawberry Fields area, 547, and it's an end unit townhouse. Keep that in mind. And inside, it kind of looks like a lot of the others that we've seen that have been coming up, right? It's got like the kind of breakfast bar here. And it's interesting, I see this time and time again. This is a little bit like old school, where they've gone ahead and they've put this little kind of backsplash kind of there. It's just, I don't know. I think they probably would have been better to just go with just a flat countertop and then just put some saddleback chairs across the back there. Okay, they do have some of the high top ones, but again, it's just that little lip. I've had a couple of clients and they kind of get turned off by it. But anyways, each to their own, right? Overall, that's kind of cool, right? You've got this little sitting area on the upper area, and then all your bedrooms. Everything looks fairly just like what you would expect in any of these homes, right? They're all brick, which is really nice. And like I said, 547, unfinished basement, but you're 1,900 square feet, right? Next is 3 Dinnick. This is 569. And so this one here, it has a walkout basement, tile entry there. And then, you got your backsplash in your kitchen there, which is nice. It showcases nicely. And then your backyard. The backyard's pretty cool. It's 157 feet deep, it's about 49 feet wide, big back deck on there. And there's your kind of walkout down these little steps and then into the basement. So obviously the grade didn't permit, but it looked like they got around it by adding on a couple of stairs kind of leading kind of out the back there. So anyways, that is that. Now the next one, 949, 5 Side Road. It's in Mono. It's a bungalow. Not much more than to say that there's the house. We've got 50 acres. You can see for miles and miles and miles. It's got a walkout basement. Really nothing more to go on. It's got some geothermal heating in there, kind of keep the costs down. But that's all. So you'll have to click on the link, try back later and see if they've gone ahead and updated any of the pictures. The next two. Okay, Gentle Fox, which is the first one. This is in Caledon. And again, Strawberry Fields, South End. You're $1,079,000, okay? So think about that, right? It's got hardwood flooring all the way throughout. It's about 4,400 square feet. It's a big house. It's a subdivision house, okay? That's what this house is. You've got all the kitchen all matches, the chairs match, like everything kind of just, it looks like it fits. And I know this is just something really, really small. It won't affect the sale of the house or anything like that, but it's just perception. And just move out those dishcloths that are like towels that are on appliances. It just really kind of takes away from the room. It seems nice, right? A lot of windows in there in the den, which is nice. What do you say? It's a fairly big place. Basement's finished as well. It's got a separate entrance, so you probably put in an in-law suite maybe. But keep that in mind, right? Like, it's got 4 bedrooms, 6 washrooms, hardwood flooring. It's closer to the city, but again, it's kind of that subdivision feel still. Now this one here, where you go ahead and you compare it, so this one's 600 square feet bigger, okay? Like size of the house-wise, okay? But the lot's much bigger. You're like 172 by 377 feet. It's in Inglewood. You're 1,258,000. You've got a pool on this one. A beautiful entranceway, hardwood flooring on the main floor there. Fireplace, pot lights, crown molding. Really nice, right? Nice layout. Kitchen looks fairly like brand new. Like, this is looking really nice, right? So when you kind of compare what you could get in a subdivision house, right? So for $200,000 more, this puts you out into the country, okay? Again, not much further, right? Not much further, right? But now you've got land. Now you don't have as many neighbors. You've got a pool. You've got, it's got an island in there as well. It's a nice looking, fully functional house. That everything's done. This is beautiful. Really like this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back tomorrow with another episode, Orangeville Daily Homes. And if you're thinking about making that move, just reach out. I'm here to help. This is what I do. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.